Hey, shalom, walking shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakudash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and that's what teaching this truth, and much peace, love, and salutation to the elect, beginning with the 144,000 all the way down to the large multitude that believes in who the Lord will deliver in these last days. To you all I say shalom. I'm the brother Tazamam from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, coming back today with another lesson, and I pray this lesson is edifying to the elect. I want to do a lesson on this article from the People's Voice.tv. The title of the article reads, it says, NATO orders citizens to sacrifice luxuries and embrace wartime mindset to prepare for World War III. All right, let's read that again. It says, NATO orders citizens, and this is including citizens of the United States as well, because the United States is a NATO nation. All right, it says, NATO orders citizens to sacrifice luxuries and embrace wartime mindset to prepare for World War III. All right, and immediately when I seen that title, the first scripture that came to my thoughts was Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse let me see if I can find it real quick here. Yep, here it is. Let me read verse 1. I'm gonna jump down. This is Ecclesiastes. You know, I'm just gonna read it. I'm gonna read all the way down to verse 8. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. All right. So the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, has particular purposes and things set up for his times. Okay. It says a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, right? A time to get and a time to lose. And that's a big thing, a time to get and a time to lose. All right? Because a lot of these Americans and these people are getting ready to lose, all right, a lot of their so-called comforts that they once had. All right? Hell, even us, you know, we live in Babylon the Great too. You know, we live in Babylon the Great, and there's particular luxuries and things of that nature that we're comfortable and used to having. You know, but here very soon, you know, all of our faiths are going to be tested. You see, that's why the scripture says, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to have to truly be with you, all right, in these times to come. All right, it says a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend, which is another way to rend, another way to say rend is to tear, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. All right, and we're speaking right now. We're speaking the truth of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. The prophecies are going out. All right, but there's going to be a point in time where, as the scripture says in the book of Amos, that there's going to be a famine of the word. All right, so whereas the prophets are going to keep silence in that time. As a matter of fact, let's get that real quick. It's silent. I want to say it's because it's an evil time. Silence, possibly, because I know evil time is in there. Oh man. Therefore, silent. Let me just type in the word silent and see. Just give me one moment. I thought that's how it went. Or is it keep quiet, maybe? I know, but I thought because it's an evil time or because it's a bad time or evil time is in there. I have to look and see. I have to look and see how it's worded. I know the scripture. Matter of fact, I think it's let me see real quick. I'm going off the top, so Salaki, just bear with me. Actually, I'm thinking this one is actually in the book of Amos, the 5th chapter. Let me see. Therefore, should I prove the man keep silence? There you go. All right, call all Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. It's Amos. I said I was wording it incorrectly. It's Amos chapter 5, All right, verse 13, it says, therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time. You see that? I was putting that word silent, but it's silence. Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time. All right. And what does the scripture say? The scripture says that a prudent man foreseeth the evil and he hideth himself. You see? So what we're doing right now spiritually, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, is that we're hiding ourselves from what's to come. All right, it says, therefore the prudent, because that word prudent pretty much means to have foresight. Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time. Okay? And that word evil literally means bad time. Okay? Because a very, very evil, bad times are getting ready to hit this place on an unprecedented level. All right? It's something that the world has never seen before, as it says in Daniel, the 12th chapter. All right? We'll read verse 14 as well. It says, seek good and seek good and not evil, that ye may live, right? And so Yahweh, the power of hosts, shall be with you as ye have spoken. All right? Scriptures tell you to seek good and to not seek evil. And this world just promotes and pushes wickedness. It promotes malice. It promotes sexual immorality. You know, it promotes nothing but evil. And all of our people, all right, the mass majority of our people are wrapped up in evil thoughts. Okay, so what's the Lord going to do? He's going to bring forth judgment. Remember, before the flood came, the scripture says that every thought, for lack of better words, that every thought of their mind was continually evil all the time, or all day, for lack of better words. All right, going back to Ecclesiastes, we'll read verse 7 again. It says, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. Right? Here's the point, verse 8. It says a time to love and a time to hate. Right? There's a time for love and there's a time for hate. So all these, you know, fake ass Christians over here talking about, you know, we got to just love everybody, love everything. It's all about love, 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 love. That's a damn lie, man. That's not balance in the eyes of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. That's a false balance if God is just all love as they claim. And then when you think about Christians, man, so-called Christians are some of the most hateful people that you can run into. You know, some of the most hypocritical people, if not the most hypocritical people. Right? So it says a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. Okay? So in order for this system to go down, this evil, wicked system to go down that's being ran by Esau, Edom, war has to ensue. All right? War has to happen, all right, before the kingdom of heaven is firmly established on the planet Earth and all righteousness dwells, man. Remember, when you read in Revelation, I want to say it's Revelation in the 19th chapter, it talks, as a matter of fact, let me grab that real quick and then I'll get to the article. He does judge and make war. Let's get that. Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. It says, and I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. All right, and that white horse is actually talking about a chariot, what the world deems as UFOs. This is actually talking about a so-called UFO, which is actually an IFO to us. It's an identifiable flying object to us. It's the chariots of Israel, which now you have in the news. All right, a lot of these newscasters and the government talking about how, you know, you have these unexplained drone sightings, but in the midst of these drone sightings, you also have chariot sightings too, where these drones is getting shot down, or they're getting deactivated, I'd rather say, by the chariots. Okay, Esau is also in the midst doing psyops as well too, but ultimately, the truth, all right, is springing forth. Okay, inquisition of the ungodly is being made. All right, it says, and I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, which is talking about Yahweh Shai, right? And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. Okay, because that's going to be the real war of the worlds. That's going to be the war. All right, that's going to be the end of World War III. All right, in the midst of World War III, all right, you're going to have Yahweh Shai and the angels return and completely dismantle this whole beast system and pretty much put down Esau, his military, Nato, you know, and establish the kingdom of heaven. But that's, you know, it's going to go down first. It's going to go down by mass bloodshed first, man. A lot of people going to have to die. Okay? Now remember, the Proverbs, all right, in Proverbs 21, the scripture says what? That the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. All right. So what this NATO general is saying, okay, what this NATO general is saying was prompted by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. So reading it again, it says, I'll read down here. It says the threat of World War III looms larger as Mark Rutte, NATO's new Secretary General and former Dutch Prime Minister, delivers a chilling warning, urging citizens of NATO countries, including the U.S., all right, including the U.S., to adopt a wartime mindset and prepare for major sacrifices. You see? Now that makes you think of two scriptures off top. Let's get Isaiah 34. It says to prepare for major sacrifices, because people are going to have to sacrifice their comforts, you know, their daily lives, their day-to-day activities, their families. All right, they're going to have to sacrifice, once again, mainly comforts. You know, Isaiah, because it says and prepare for it's a sacrifice, but also too, World War III is going to be, it's a sacrifice from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai as well too. Okay, this is Isaiah 34 verse 6. It says, the sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Basra. And what is modern day Basra today? Modern day Basra is America. All right, when you get that word Basra in the Hebrew, it also means sheepfold, because this is the fold where a mass majority of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's sheep reside. All right, it says, for Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Now, what is Idumea? Somebody may ask, you know, somebody that could be new. Somebody may ask what Idumea is. Well, let's get the word here. All right, the word Idumea in the Hebrew, it says Adam, right? Which that's incorrect. All right, that's Esau. You know, the blue letter be going off sometimes, but it should say Adawom, right? Which is the Hebrew way of saying Adawom. All right, is the Hebrew way of saying Edom. All right, but Idumea is the Greek word, is the Greek way of saying Edom. So it says that the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, or in a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, or in the land of Edom. And who is Edom? All right, Edom, all right, goes back to Esau, which Esau is, all right, the so-called self-proclaimed white man and woman today, who claim themselves to be Caucasians and Europeans. You know, these are the biblical Edomites, man. Okay, so it says Edom, which is red. Well, like I said, it's spelled incorrectly here, right? It says Edomite or Idumean, descendants of Esau. Okay, so the Idumeans are descendants from Esau, letting you know that this hasn't happened yet. This is a future prophecy. This hasn't taken place yet. Okay, so going back. Right, here we go. Let's read verse 7 and 8. It says, and the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. You see, the Lord is it's gonna be a great slaughter over here, man. Okay, it says, for it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. You see, all this is going to happen due to the controversy and the payback for all that Esau, beginning with Esau and the rest of these heathen nations, did to the apple of the Lord's eye, as it says here in the NLT. For it is the day of Yahweh's revenge, the year when Edom will be paid back for all it did to Israel, which has not happened yet. Okay, that perpetual hatred that Esau has had for Israel, well, it's going to all be paid back. And this is one of the points, or I'd rather say this is one of the main catalysts that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to do and use to bring forth that great payback. Now, there was another scripture that I want to grab. Oh yeah, it said it says urging citizens of NATO countries, including the U.S., to adopt a wartime mindset. And I wanted to get Jeremiah the 49th chapter and get verse 30. Let's see. Jeremiah 49 verse 31. It says, arise, get you up into the wealthy nation. Okay, and that wealthy nation is talking about America. America's that wealthy nation. Okay, now when you get that word wealthy, that word is shalawah. All right, Shalawa. And it says quiet or at ease. You see that? Person at ease, of nation. You see? And these people here in America are completely at ease. All right, they're completely unaware of their surroundings. They're unaware of what the hell is going on around them. You know, they're just focused on, you know, just their everyday life here. As if this place is just going to continue forever. You know, America's just going to just continue just being America forever. You know? Which is absolutely incorrect. So once again, it says, arise, get you up into the wealthy nation that dwelleth without care. All right, now let's get without care. And that word without care is batach, which means securely or safely. Security or safety. You see that? Securely. And these people believe that they're so secure here by their American military. You know, that they don't got to worry about anything. You know, the military got them. You know, we got the strongest military in the land, in the world. You know? So it says security, safety, and securely, right? And then Batak, it says to trust. You know, they truly trust in this quote-unquote American dream. All right, it says, saith Yahweh, which have neither gates nor bars, which dwell alone. Okay? So, you know, World War III is really not top of mind on these people's, you know, on these Americans' caps, for lack of better words. Now, you do got people, you know, who are questioning, like, yo, there's something that's getting ready to go down. Excuse me. You know, you do have more common people that are looking at, you know, something's getting ready to pop off soon, you know, which is really the spirit prompting them to do that. But for the most part, most people are, you know, they're content with what's going on. You know, they're content with this American nightmare, which is really going to be to their destruction, as the scripture says that the day of the Lord shall come like a thief in the night. Excuse me. It says, speaking at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace in Brussels, Root urges citizens of NATO countries to adopt a wartime mindset and begin sacrificing luxuries to prepare for World War III. You see? And when people got to sacrifice their luxuries, that's when people lose it. You know, when people got to sacrifice their comforts, when people got to sacrifice how much food they can get in the grocery store. You know, when people got to sacrifice energy. You know, when people have to sacrifice, when people got to sacrifice energy, when people got to sacrifice living arrangements, you know, downgrading, that's when people begin to be more frustrated. You know? That's what's going to cause people just to that's what's also going to cause people to commit a lot of it's just going to completely be a lot of anarchy here in these streets. Like it says in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. You know? As a matter of fact, what's this? The Golden City. Golden City. Isaiah 14, because I think one of those definitions is like luxurious. Let me see real quick. Isaiah 14. Actually, no. Well, I'll come back to this one, but let me see real quick. The Spirit's telling me Isaiah 47, actually. Isaiah 47, give me 1 second. Isaiah 47 and given to pleasures. I passed it. I know I passed it. Yeah, I know I'm tripping. Slacking, man. Isaiah 47 verse 8. I just didn't read fully. I was just kind of skimming through it kind of quickly. Isaiah 47 verse 8. It says, therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures. Now, when you get this word pleasures, that word pleasures is Adayan. It's also where you get the word Eden from. It says voluptuous. Okay? Voluptuous. Now, what does voluptuous mean? It means to be like curvaceous or curvy. Right? It says a curvaceous and sexually attractive, typically used of a woman. And this is the same thing, or I rather say the same concept. I rather say that the Apostle John, a revelator, said that he wandered after the woman because it was a very, you know, curvaceous and sexually attractive woman, and John was looking at it, but it was really, you know, figuratively America. Okay, relating to or characterized by luxury or sensual pleasure. You see? And this is that place that's, characterized by luxury and things that really encapsulate the senses is really here in America, man. It's looked at, as Eden. You could fulfill any kind of pleasure that you want. You could do whatever the hell you want to do. People here, focus on, nice fancy cars, the biggest homes, going out and doing whatever the hell you want to do. Look at these celebrities, man. They're full of, these so-called celebrities. They live a luxurious lifestyle and they push that image as if that's the way to be. When it's really not. It's really death. And it goes back to the root word, Idan. It's where you get the word Eden from. It says to luxuriate. Okay, to luxuriate. It says enjoy oneself in a luxurious way. Take self-indulgent delight. And this place is full of self-indulgent. You see? It's full of luxury. Delight oneself. Okay? It's talking about here because even in the Garden of Eden, in the garden eastward in Eden, I'd rather say, because that garden, all right, was really the Western Asia, as people call it, Middle East, Jerusalem. That was that garden, all right, which is, Palestine, quote unquote Palestine, our land, before it was known as the land of Israel. That plot of land really belonged to Adam and his descendants, which we're gonna get access back into that region of the earth. But it was the garden that was eastward in Eden, which Eden, all right, is the planet Earth. Okay? Remember the scripture says that the earth was made for our sakes. What the fuck is wrong with these people, man? The earth was made for our sakes, man. Okay? But this place is going to be burnt up. Like, what's that scripture? Joel. Before them was as the garden of Eden. Before them was as Eden. I know it's in Joel. Yep, Joel chapter 2, verse 3. Joel 2 and 3, it says, a fire devoureth before them, talking about the missiles, and behind them a flame burneth. The land, America, is as the Garden of Eden before them. You see that? And once again, Eden symbolizes pleasure. Because before we fell, it was, Eden, we had our heart's desire. We could, we was immortal. We could, everything was pretty much laid out for us, man. We had it made. As the saying goes, having it made in the shade, that was pretty much us before we fell, before we transgressed. It says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, you see, because that's what the missiles is going to bring. It's going to bring complete annihilation, as well as fire from the chariots. It says, yea, and nothing shall escape them. See, nothing's going to escape the judgment of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. The only way that you're going to escape the judgment of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is if Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is with you and if you're of the elect. Predominantly here in America, man. Because if you're not of the elect and you're here in the land of America, you're going to be destroyed. Okay, you're going to be burnt up to a crisp, or you're going to die, and in the famines, or in the martial law, the race wars. That's going to be your judgment here in America if you're not of the elect, which we hope and pray to be of that number. Okay. Excuse me. It says root emphasizes the need for turbocharged military budgets, which that's all that America really spends its money on, is this is military industrial complex. I'm talking about, we looked it up. The Elder Michael looked it up. Or I'm sorry. Well, yeah, but Elder Michael was there, but I believe Benaiah looked it up. I believe America spends 930. It's either 930. Matter of fact, let's look it up. I think it's either 900. Well, somebody could look it up and put it in the comment board if they want to. I believe it's either 930 or 960 billion dollars a year on their military on their military spending. It says, noting that defense spending may come at the expense of social programs like healthcare and pensions. Okay, healthcare and pensions. That's also going to cut into like Section 8. It's going to cut into food stamps, pretty much governmental assistance. You see, because they need to pretty much bolster up even more on their budget for war. And what's that going to do? That's going to hurt a lot of these women out here, man. We may see Social Security checks. Well, Social Security is really a bunch of bullshit, because they really try to get people to live off of Social Security as if that's, as if it's a large lump sum of money that you can survive off of, which really it ain't. But it may cut into income tax. You receiving an income tax at the end of the year. The people be looking forward to that. You know, hell, I'll be looking forward to it. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't put my trust in it. But, shit, you know. Isaiah 32, verse 9, it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease, comfort, security, right? It says, hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech, right? It says, many days and years, right? As it says here in NLT, in a short time, just a little more than a year, right? Ye careless women, back in the KJV. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. You see all these governmental assistance programs, Section 8 food stamps, hell, child support, which a lot of women trap men up in that shit. You know, they'll trap them up and have a baby with them, and then eventually, you know, just use that as a means just to trap them up in child support. That's gonna fail too. Where a lot of these women out here that don't got a man of the Lord are gonna be destroyed. Man, a lot of women are gonna be destroyed. You're gonna have a lot of women who are gonna be absolutely annihilated here in America due to the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. You see a lot of it, man, and it's gonna be bad out here, man. You know, all this pride and all this, you know, all this pride, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai got something for it, man. Okay, and you know, and like I said, it happens with the men as well too. You know, but man, these women are completely out of order, completely out of order. Okay, so all this assistance and, you know, thinking that you can just run over people and just use the government to back your ass up. Well, we gonna see how that shit gonna play out for you here very, very soon, man. A lot of these women gonna get drafted to World War III. That's another thing. Okay, there are a lot of these women gonna get drafted into World War III and get annihilated over there too. Okay. Turn this off real quick because it might be kind of loud. Salaki, I didn't really, my windshield was fogging up a little, so, but it might be a little loud. It says on average, European countries easily spend up to a quarter of their national income on pensions, health, and social security systems, he pointed out. We need a small fraction of that money to make our defenses much stronger and preserve our way of life. So the money that they're saying, like, look, you know, the pensions, which, you know, everybody typically receives like a pension is pretty much like a retirement plan to a degree, you know, health and social security systems. They're saying a lot of this money that we have is going to these, you know, systems that help out, you know, those individuals who, you know, after they retire, whatever the case may be, they have something that hold them over. But now we need to point that money to our defenses, which is gonna cut people out and make the poor even poorer. You see? And it's really also too just squeezing people into, it's also going to squeeze everybody into this new world order RFID microchip marker, the B system as well too. It's going to squeeze everybody into this one world currency. That's what it's also going to do. You know? Matter of fact, we just gonna put everybody on this one. We're gonna put everybody on this one programming system, which is gonna be that MOTB system, man. Which I got another lesson queued up for that I'm gonna do, Lord willing, today. Okay. It says, let's listen to this guy. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit because I don't want it to echo. So we'll turn it down just a tad. It might echo a little bit, so I'm gonna play it and then I'm gonna pause for a minute after it's done, and we'll go from there.
Our deterrence is good, for now. But it is tomorrow I'm worried about. We are not ready for what is coming our way in 4 to 5 years.
In 4 to 5 years. Now, what is it? We're 2024. We're a couple weeks away. All right, we're about 2.5 weeks away from so-called 2025, right? He said we're not ready for what is coming our way in 4 to 5 years. Now, 4 to 5 years from 2024 or 2024-2025, 4 to 5 years from that is what? You got 2029 or 2030. Okay? Now, it made me just think of this. What is agenda? What is agenda? I think this is what it's called. What is Agenda 2030? Agenda 2030, and that's if we make it to 2030. Remember, we got also too the semi-quincentennial that President Donald Trump wants to do whenever he's in office, which that's going to be in what, 2026, if I'm not mistaken, where America's going to celebrate its 250 years conception, which there's no nation really, or kingdom I rather say, that's lasted more than 250 years. So man, we at the very end of this thing, man. There's so many signs that Yahweh Basham Al Shah has given us to let us know what time it is. That's how the scriptures tell us that what's that, Ephesians the 5th chapter, I believe it is, or it might be Galatians the 5th chapter. But ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. You see, we know, we're paying attention to the signs, and we're paying attention to the times. Measure thou the times diligently in itself. Okay? Agenda 2030 refers to the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, a global plan, right? Adopted in 2015 that outlines 17 sustainable developmental goals, right? SDGs, aimed at addressing issues like poverty, hunger, inequality, climate change, and ensuring peace and prosperity for all people by the year 2030. And what do they want to do that with? They want to do that with the RFID microchip, man, the MOTB. It emphasizes a holistic approach to development encompassing economic, social, and environmental aspects. Okay, they want to achieve this by 2030. Remember, the scripture says, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as a woman in travail. Okay? And like I said, I'm going to do it, Lord willing, I'm going to do this later on today. Bank of England set to introduce digital pound, pushing citizens toward a future of surveillance and control. Okay? I'll do that one later. Just listen.
Danger is moving towards us at full speed.
At full speed. The devil shall come down with great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Revelation 12:12.
We must not look the other way. We must face it. What is happening in Ukraine could happen here too. And regardless of the outcome of this war, we will not be safe in the future unless we are prepared to deal with danger. We can do that. We can prevent the next big war on NATO territory.
And you see, that's really Esau talking in his pride. The pride of his heart hath deceived him, thou that the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. There ain't no preventing the next big war. You see, the Lord has it to whereas he put the spirit upon you to be continually gathered together for war. NATO is essential for prophecy, man. NATO's needful. And NATO and the EU is needed. Okay, we need, it's going to sound crazy saying this, but we need the beast system. And I say that, for those that understand, that why I'm saying that. We need this beast system. We need NATO and the EU to keep pushing out war, to ultimately bring forth all these various different nations to shoot missiles at this place, man. So there ain't going to be no preventing the next big war and on NATO territory. And no, NATO's going to be the one that's going to be, NATO's going to be completely crushed and crippled. Okay, that's that stone, the stone that was carved out without hands, that's gonna smite the image at the feet, as it says in Daniel 2, which that stone is Yahweh Shai, is gonna completely dismantle NATO. And who's gonna be dismantled? All right, the horde that's riding upon the beast, controlling the beast, America, is gonna be completely isolated. Various different NATO and EU nations are gonna turn on this place, as it says in the book of Revelation, the 17th chapter. So there's no healing Babylon, man. Ain't no healing this damn place. Lord got this place set up to be destroyed, man.
And preserve our way of life. This requires us all to be faster.
And by the way, I want to make another point. If you think for one goddamn minute that Esau's talking about your black ass, your Native American ass, or your Latino ass, you must be out your goddamn mind if you think that Esau's incorporating and envisioning you in this speech. No, absolutely not, man. Esau is not envisioning your ass in this speech, man. He wants your ass to be destroyed. He's talking about him. He's talking about him and his posterity, his people. That's what he's talking about. He ain't talking about your black ass, man. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Latino ass, your Native American ass. He ain't talking about you. And I'm saying it like that for a reason.
And fiercer. It is time to shift to a wartime mindset and turbocharge our defense production and defense spending.
So get ready to see more budget cuts. Get ready to see more layoffs. Get ready to see all these various different things. Okay? And that's, hey, we're at a time, we're really at a time for war. You know, we had a moment where, you know, we could kind of so-called quote unquote chill, and not saying that we was chilling, but you get what I'm saying. We had a point in time where, you know, we're at a heightened time. Like it was, you know, look at the apostles, you know, beginning with Elder Apostle Tahar on down, and then even, you know, the apostles' elders, you know, it was a different time back then, you know, then the apostles came, and it was a different time then, but things was heating up even more. And then, you know, you had the Great Awakening of 2007, you know, where you had the various different churches across Babylon here in America, worldwide, begin to raise up, you know, the elders at, you know, the beginning, and then now they're elders now, of course, but like, you know, the beginning first batch, times was heating up then. It was a different time. And then, you know, 10 years later, coming up to now, you know, 20 years for them, you know, it's a different time. So like, we're at a different time. We're at an unprecedented time right now, man, where we're at the tail end of this thing. You know, we could very well see Yahweh Shah return in our life. I believe, man, I believe in my spirit, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, if Yahweh Bashim Shai permits me to live to see it. You know, I believe that I'm going to see Yahweh Shai in my lifetime. I just pray that I'm of the elect. You know? It says his comments came alongside claims that Russia is waging hybrid warfare designed to destabilize Europe, with attacks increasingly reaching our front doors, even to our homes. He cited Russian drone swarms and unconventional tactics as urgent threats. He cited Russian drone swarms and unconventional tactics as urgent threats NATO must prepare for. You know, and they're talking about these drones that people are seeing now and things of that nature, you know, which they don't know what they are and things of that nature. Man, you know, it's going down, man. It says Admiral Rob Bauer, NATO's senior military officer, echoed Rute's grim assessment. Bauer stated that European citizens must make sacrifices, abandoning luxuries to prioritize defense. If you ramp up deference and support Ukraine, there will be less money to spend on other things. You see that? That means there's gonna be budget cuts, man. There's gonna be less if you're increasing the money for defense spending and budgeting for your defense. That's gonna mean that you're not gonna have money to do other things that you used to do. You're not gonna have money to go out there to that nice restaurant. You're not gonna have money to go just extra bread just to go here and go on vacation and things of that nature. All that shit's out the door. Let's listen.
I know spending more on defense means spending less on other priorities. But it is only a little less. On average, European countries easily spend up to a quarter of their national income on pensions, health and social security systems. We need a small fraction of that money to make our defenses much stronger and to preserve our way of life.
See that? So they're going to cut. They're going to cut social security, pensions, healthcare, governmental assistance, income taxes, all these various different things. They're going to cut down on it, man. Which is what it's ultimately going to put them. It's going to put the squeeze on more. It's going to put the squeeze on people, man. Whereas people got to be more tight about their budgets. You know, that way of life that you thought, this American dream, you know, this dream that you're going to have this white picket fence and the house with the dog, the golden retriever. You know what I'm saying? You looking at your children, oh, I can't wait, but I can't wait till you graduate from high school. You over here, you know, you over here looking at tassel and graduation hats and that bullshit. No, man, that shit ain't, hell no, man. Hell no, man. Absolutely not. That's not happening. This ugly ass nigga down here. He through. These celebrities, man. You know, they're through. You know, goddamn demons, man. You know, Esau's more through than them, man. You know, because here it is. You know, they got Diddy and Jay-Z, you know, and all these celebrities and things of that nature. But Esau does this on an international scale, man. It's just Jake is always going to be the face, you know, the face of it, you know, to be the scapegoat. All right, but that's mainly it, you know. Like I said, I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. And once again, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and also teaching this truth. And as always, much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Until next time, Lord willing, I say shalom.